It's another Meet the Team segment here on Mechanical Room Extras, and we've got the new car smell coming off this guy. is especially pungent because you are new to the team for maybe 2 weeks now, 3 weeks?
Third week, exactly.
Excellent. So, Eckhard Hilscher, welcome to the Mechanical Room. He is our new East Coast Regional Sales Manager, covering Maine to Miami, essentially.
Miami and further. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, where do you live?
I live in Knoxville, Tennessee. So formerly from Atlanta, formerly from upstate New York. So.
Yeah, you were telling me a little bit about your upstate New York bona fides. That's obviously where the factory is. Here we are, as we sit in Albany. Tell us a little bit about your, like I said, your upstate New York bona fides.
Well, grew up in Rochester, moved to Syracuse, and then finally Saratoga for 10 years, and then to Atlanta. So now in Knoxville. So looking forward to coming back home here.
So what place makes the best beef on Weck?
Buffalo, New York.
When was the last time you had a garbage plate?
Very recently at Henrietta Hots in Rochester.
Amazing. For those not in the know, we're running down all of the Western New York classic culinary.
Custard, and Salins, and Swaggles, and you name it.
Do you still have family in the Western New York area?
I do. Most of my relatives are still over in Rochester, but the rest of them are scattered all over the world. So
excellent. Good. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into the job-related stuff. He's got a resume that is, quite resplendent with experience in this area. So, tell us a little bit about your personal stuff. Are you married? What are you into?
Married.
What's your favorite band?
Married. Have one daughter. She's a corrections officer in Tennessee. Yeah, so tiny little thing. I don't know. She wants to work for a Secret Service, so hopefully she needs some experience and. Probably a year underneath her belt, and then she had some interviews with them and stuff like that. And favorite band is actually, I don't know if it's a band, but it's jazz. It's Pat Metheny Group.
No way.
Yeah.
Pat Metheny Group? So Stephanie Gielen, if you're watching this, you got another big Pat Metheny fan. That's amazing. He's one of my favorites as well. Are you a big jazz guy?
Big jazz guy.
Really? Who else are you into?
A lot of them.
Just rattle a few off.
It just goes on and on. I'm drawing a blank.
So I know in this office we listen to a lot of Spotify and we mix it up. Alex, a member of the youthful variety over there, exposes us to things like the new Harry Styles records and all of this stuff by these young whippersnappers. I myself geared more towards the jazz stuff, and I've exposed her to the likes of Horace Silver. And, of course, Miles Davis and John Coltrane get regular play in this office. So I assume those are on in your rotation as well. Who have you... So I never got to see Miles Davis. You ever saw Miles Davis? What's your best jazz concert you've ever been to?
Again, it's Pat Metheny.
Really?
Yeah. Saw him in Atlanta about 4 or 5 times now. So.
Really? At the...
Actually saw him over here, too, at the... what is it? Palace Theater?
Yeah.
In Albany?
Yeah. He actually played in Woodstock like a couple of weeks ago. I was away. I wanted to go. That's about an hour south. You know the area, so it's not too far away from here.
Piano guy Lyle Mays passed away a couple of years ago.
He did.
And stuff like that. So.
So are you a player at all?
No.
Not.
Yeah.
How did you get into Pat Metheny? Pat Metheny is a bit niche. He's a bit off the beaten path. So
I don't know. It's just I heard him on. In Syracuse, Off Ramp was the first album that I purchased. Liked him there, saw him in Syracuse, Albany, Rochester. He's probably the best guitarist I've ever heard.
I mean, you'll get an argument from me. That's a bit of a subjective discussion. I have, Jimi Hendrix tattooed on me and whatnot. Very different vibes than Pat Metheny, of course, but I'm a fan of both. Obviously Pat Metheny is a legend, but I don't want to say it surprises me because he's got legions of fans. But it's fascinating to hear that and that as your number one. So, also you were telling me that you are a soccer fan. So who's your team? And
well, Bayern München in Germany. Follow the Bundesliga, and then in Atlanta, the United. So. They won a championship about 2 years ago. They didn't do so well this year, but they'll be back.
They'll be back. When does the season MLS start?
I'm not exactly sure. I think it starts back up maybe March of next year.
Okay.
I think.
So you're from up here, but you've lived in Tennessee and Atlanta and whatnot. Are there any other of the sports teams that have caught you over the year that you keep up with? Falcons, Braves, or Bills?
The Braves. I used to be a big football fan, but not anymore. Probably the Braves winning the series last year was pretty cool. So that's kind of neat. But other than that, that's about it.
All right, excellent. So you join us after 2 decades with a competitor who will remain nameless. You just to completely shift gears. Of course, I always like to get Eckhard the man, and then also Eckhard the man for the job. Let's say. So, what intrigued you about this company that sort of prompted the switch? Because it was primarily a steel outfit that you were with, and now you're going to polypropylene. So. Tell us a little bit about the career path overall, let's say.
I think what enticed me is this is the up and coming product. I mean, it is the solution that's long overdue. It's been in Europe, Canada for many, many years. This is, when we're just on the cusp. It's exciting to, when you get out in the field, having only been here a couple weeks, but I mean, enthusiasm that you get from the engineers and the customer base that touch it, feel it, they see the ease of application. That's exciting. It really is. They see that there's many, many benefits to the product. So for me, it's like I said, we're on the verge, we're on the cusp here of making this explode. So that's exciting.
Excellent. Well, we are glad to have you aboard. Your years of experience plus that excitement of the new is really it's nice. It's going to be an interesting presence in some of the territory on the east that has been I don't want to say underserved, but you're closer to some burgeoning markets. We're pretty well established in New England, Metro New York, and whatnot, but we have a great rep base up and down, from the Mid-Atlantic down, and your tutelage and sage wisdom from the field, whatnot, will guide these people to the promised land. So we really, really appreciate you joining us here on the Mechanical Room, and we're very excited to have you on the team.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.